Hey guys. Word on the street is someone's trying to get an apartment. Someone's trying to get a car. Someone's really trying to get this cash and be Miss Independent and be a grown woman. Someone's trying to boss up. I heard you trying to boss up. Is that true? Because I've been looking at my comments and I've been seeing a lot of people asking me, how do you qualify for an apartment if you're a stripper, if you make all cash, if you don't have proof of your money because it's all cash, and like, how does it work? Yams, how does it work? So if you're watching this, you're either one, a dancer and trying to figure out how it's possible to get your own apartment, how it's possible to get your own car, or two, you thinking about it, but you're scared and you don't want to make no mistakes, so you try to see what someone else did, which is yams. Or you're just trying to figure out everything because you're just confused. But listen, yams got you, okay? If you guys don't know who I am, I go by Yamila, aka Yams. AKA Yams is just fun to get it where you at though. I am a stripper, okay? I like to shake my ass for that cash. I like to make fast money. I like to be independent. I like to not wait on people to get my money. I don't like to live check by check. I like to live the life that I want to live on my own terms without anybody telling me what the fuck to do. If that is you, then continue watching this video. If you want to get your own apartment, if you want to boss up already and move out of your parents' house, if you're tired of living with a roommate, if you just want to finally do things for you, for no one else, move out of your sister's house, get away from your abusive boyfriend, if you're ready to glow up and be the boss lady you are, then continue watching this video. Anyways, yeah, did I do my intro yet? If I didn't, it's your girl Yamila, aka Yams, aka Yams. Just want to get it. Where you at though? Where you at though? Let me know. We just gonna get started with this video. Let's get it. Let me tell you guys, it is 2020. We are not relying on other people to do everything for us. We do not need a man to get anything for us. I know I talk a lot about sugar daddies and tricks and stuff, but do not rely on them to get this, because this is something you should work hard on for you, and you do not need to rely on another dude. I love to come home to an empty home at the end of the day. I love living by myself. People think living by yourself is hard. People think living by yourself is lonely. But living by yourself is the best, because you really get to find out who you really are. And you really get to love yourself even more and love the time you spend by yourself. And you build a lot of self-love within, because there's no one else to distract you. You got to be fully focused. And I got to walk around butt naked around my house day. Let's not forget, perks of living by yourself and perks of getting your own apartment. One, you don't have to go home every night with your mom, and especially your dad looking at you like, whether they know or not know. One, if they don't know, you don't have to lie to them every time. If they do know, you don't have to worry about them fucking mugging you or judging you, because what dad wants to see their daughter shipping? Come on, no, that's disgusting. I wouldn't want to see my daughter do that shit either. So having privacy is so important. Seriously, and having your own apartment is just so much freedom. House shopping is the best thing. The bestest thing about moving out and having your apartment, to me, is my peace. I love my family to death, and I still go over there every other day, even though it's a little bit of a drive. I'm obsessed with being with my family. But I would never like take away this type of peace that I have now living by myself, because it's literally the bestest game changer. I feel like I've took so much weight off my shoulder. I have so much peace, and I would do anything for this type of peace. I love living by myself, and being with anyone else, I can't be fully 100% committed to myself, because I guess I have ADHD. I get too distracted and all that stuff. So I highly recommend anybody, whether you're a stripper or not a stripper, try living by yourself. I highly recommend it. I love it. This was definitely one of the biggest things that a person can do being an adult, is living by themselves and being independent and being a motherfucking boss. Being a boss, okay? Boss of 2020, like I've been saying. So now you're probably wondering, why don't you want to be with roommates? What's wrong with roommates, Yams? Yams, like, what's it? Are you really a weirdo? Like, what's wrong with living with your friends? Let me tell you, I get kind of jealous knowing that my friends have roommates and they only pay like $300, $400, $600 a month. And that's just Washington. I bet it's cheaper in other states because other states are cheaper in their rent. But yo, I get jealous of y'all. Don't get me wrong. But I came to the realization that I'll either live by myself or I'll live with my man. Because if I live with a friend and when I have my mans over and I can't scream and moan when he's fucking me, I'm gonna be a mad bitch. And I like to walk around freely in my booty cheeks all day long. So friends, I don't need you looking at my pussy, okay? I love having my friends over. But sometimes just being with someone for so long, I feel like I lose my authentication and I kind of forget because we're so in tune with someone else. So that's just it. Okay, guys. So a lot of people have been asking me this, and I'm just going to tell you how easy it really is to get an apartment. Honestly, when I first started stripping, I wasn't even thinking like into my future, like, ooh, you know, getting my own apartment, getting a car. I wasn't even thinking about any of that. I was only thinking like, ooh, I'm trying to make some money. Ooh, I can make this amount of money. I don't even know what I was gonna do with my money. But we all getting older. By the way, I'm 23 years old. I turned 24 November 29th. Your girl's a Sagittarius. Hello, yes, Miss Blunt, Miss I Need Freedom all the time. You already know. About me, I've been a dancer for 5 years and I've had 2 apartments already while stripping. So getting an apartment is not impossible. It is possible. How to get a car and an apartment, kind of like the same thing. So this is just how to get both. So basically, to get an apartment, it depends on the apartment complex. So not all apartment complexes are like okay with strippers. For one, sometimes I feel hesitant in even telling them I'm a stripper. Sometimes I just be like, oh, I do this or like I do that. I've told, I think my last landlord, I don't know if I told them I was a dancer or not. I mean, here's the thing. When you want an apartment and you are apartment touring and they ask you what you do for work.
Oh, I'm a hoe.
When it comes to stripping, people are either going to accept you or people are not going to accept you. So if you want to take the risk and play with the acceptance game of being judged and having people cut you off, possibly, then you can be 100% be like, yeah, I'm a stripper. And be 100% authentic with your life and be like, yes, I'm a stripper. You either like me or you don't. Not all places will accept strippers because our reputation isn't always good. You know, they think strippers ain't shit. Strippers are irresponsible. Strippers can't manage bills. Some strippers don't make money. Oh, they think you're strippers. Oh, you have hella money. Maybe you will qualify if you tell them you're a stripper. You don't know.
Let's also not forget that people probably think we're all druggies. Yay.
You can either lie to them or you don't lie to them. But either way, it's just your call. If you want to take the risk and be like, yeah, then I'd say make sure you have other options because you don't want them to tell you no and then you just missed out on your like ideal apartment place, okay? Honestly, my first apartment, I don't even know if I told them I was a dancer, but I believe I also had my lash business at the time. So I was like, oh yeah, I sell lashes, or like I'll make up a lie. I'll be like, oh yeah, I'm a babysitter. Just any other type of job that also gave me cash that I felt like was more appropriate instead of me shaking an ass for the cast being butt naked. You know how people judge. Just talk to them. Every landlord is different, and I've gone through 2 apartments already. So I would ask them. I was like, well, how do I prove I have? How do I prove my income if I only receive cash? And they said basically they could prove your income with your bank statements or with pay stubs. So I believe that strip clubs do not have pay stubs for you, but there are people that make, okay, so I'm just gonna tell you what I heard and what on the street is, but I don't do this. But apparently, if you know your connections, you can get it going on, okay? But I'm not influencing this, okay? I'm gonna just say it right now. There's people that make pay stubs, and I've heard of girls that make their own pay stubs and it works. But I'm not saying that, I'm just putting that in the air right now. But what I recommend is, and what I've always done, is proof of my income. So the first apartment that I had, basically you needed to prove that you make 3 times the rent, which at the time was $1,799. Yeah, $1,799. And I was also trying to live by myself. So I myself need to make 3 times. I wasn't like me and a roommate both making 3 times out. No, it was just me by myself. So basically go to the bank, be like, I need bank statements for the apartment I'm trying to move into, and the bank will have you. That's all you have to do. In most cases, that's what the apartment situation is. You just need to prove your income. Say you don't have that proof in your bank account, because not everyone uses a bank account. I know a lot of strippers that just keep cash and have a stash and have a little safe or whatever. Then another option is you can also have someone to co-sign with you. That way, if you do whatever fall behind rent, then someone else could jump in and also be responsible for it. So I always had 3 backups because I was so determined to get my first apartment. I was like, no, whatever I need to do, I'm gonna do it. So basically you can just get a co-signer. So I had 3 co-signers. Also, I didn't even need to put them in, but I had them like on the side, like who's gonna be my co-signer. I had my mom that said she was down to be my co-signer. I had my dad that said he was down to be my co-signer. Then I also put down my sister. Then I also put down my best friend. Then I also put down my other best friend. Like, hello, people just have my back. They're also going to be on your lease and also responsible if you can't pay your rent. So you don't want to disappoint your people if you are a broke bitch. So make sure you are on your money if you do decide to co-sign. And so with getting a car, I believe that it is the same way as well. I remember when I got my first car and I actually told her that I was a dancer. She was super cool. She was like, girl, I got you. She was a mom. She was like 45 years old. But she was like, girl, I already know how it is. Don't even worry about your job situation. I was just hooked up with a really cool lady at the time. But basically, as long as you can prove how much you're making, then you can qualify for anything. And usually what I always do is bank statements. Usually with just bank statements, that helps me with anything that I need. And also just having good credit, because not only do you need proof of it, but they want to know that you're a reliable person. So it's very important that you do start building your credit while you're young. That way you can qualify for things easier and not have to put down such a big down payment. If you have good credit, then when it comes to moving in or having your first car or having your first apartment, usually sometimes if you don't have any type of credit, they don't know if you're reliable or not, meaning that they're probably gonna ask you to put down a down payment that's more compared to someone that has good credit, because someone that has good credit, it proves that they are a reliable person and they pay their bills on time and they're just on top of all their stuff. So having good credit. How do you have good credit? Good question. Yams. Tell the people. If you don't know already, you should know about credit. That's something that's really big going into being an adult. Just pay your bills on time. Start a credit card and pay it off. I think my first credit card that I had was with Victoria's Secret, and I was so obsessed with them growing up. I don't know why, but I always bought something. And with credit, the goal is to pay off like little by little. You don't want to get a credit of $500 and spend the entire $500. Like, let's say you buy something for $50, then each month you would want to pay back like $10 each month or something. That way, it's just, y'all can Google. I'm not a credit expert, but y'all can Google how to build your credit up if you want to do that. And then I also had a credit card with the bank. I think it was US Bank that I was with. I had my first credit card, and it was just something small, like $300. Want to build your credit? Just make sure you pay your bills on time. Be responsible, and don't play yourself with the credit and think credit is your main source of money, because that's how you lower your credit. Like I said, Google credit stuff. Later down the line, especially once you have good credit, you can qualify easily with buying a house, things like that. Also, being a stripper, I would definitely just recommend that you make sure you file your taxes each year as a dancer. That way everything is like in the system and they know you're not just making shit off the bat in your head and thinking you're just a delusional fucking liar, you weird ass stripper that just thinks all this shit. Make sure you file your taxes, build your credit, and deposit money in your bank account, proof as your bank statements. I think I answered everything, the whole loops of being independent, getting your own apartment, how to get your own apartment, why you should get your own apartment, all the stuff, all the tea. Anyways, I think that's gonna be the end of this video. I hope you guys liked it. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Comment down below and let me know what you guys think, what else I should film, how else I can help you. It is your girl Yamila, aka Yams, aka, oh my god, I keep like burping and stuff. Woo. AKA Yams is trying to get there. Where you at though? Bye. Love y'all.